I'm a World War II veteran and a veteran of D-Day and the 5 campaigns of Europe. Well, it's a very somber, solemn day. I think of the buddies that I left behind, and it's not a day for shopping as long as I'm concerned. It's a very, very bad day. We were in a Landing Craft Infantry Lodge, and it carried my whole company, 219 people. And we were really jammed in there. And they had to drop us off on water over our heads. And there was more than several drownings. And then the Germans were shooting their artillery at us, and that created a big problem. The water was red with the soldiers' blood. And it was a very, very treacherous trip. And they dropped us off about 100 yards from the beach. It was low tide at that time. But he kept running into underwater obstacles and sandbars and things like that. And finally, the German artillery zeroed in on us. So he says, "I'm sorry, fellas, I got to drop the ramp." And that was it. And it took us quite a while to get to shore. And when we got to shore, we were greeted with barrages of artillery fire. And 4 of us took off for the high ground, and we ran through a minefield. And the kid to my left stepped on a mine, and on my peripheral vision, I heard the pop and the crash, and he was flying through the air. But we had to keep going. We had to take that high ground. So we then fought on for till about 3 o'clock in the morning, and we finally wrapped it up for the night for about 2 hours. And we started again as soon as it was starting to get daylight. And it went like that for over a week. And then we had to stop because the unit on our left, which was the British, couldn't keep up with us, and the unit on our right was also lagging behind. So they were afraid that we were going to get cut off. So that created a stalemate in Normandy. We didn't get out of there until the 25th of July, when we broke through Normandy. We had 3,000 American planes in support. And they brought us up there in 2.5-ton trucks, and the trucks were bouncing up in the air from the bombardment. And as a matter of fact, our Air Corps threw smoke, which depicted our front line, but it got windy in the meantime, and it blew the smoke back into our lines. And our Air Corps started to bomb us. 1,300 Americans were killed with that bombing, including the General McNair, a 3-star general, who was up there to observe what was going on.
And I was a wave. The waves were attached to the Navy during World War II. And I was an occupational therapist, and I served in Bethesda and St. Albans, taking care of Navy, Marines, Coast Guard, and Merchant Marine casualties. Try to help them recover their use of their arms and legs and whatever injuries they had.